Do you believe in life after love? I can feel my skin, my scrotum skin. I have been sitting here.
You couldn't even do the next line.
I didn't want to do the next line. I had no intention on doing it. There's only 2 lines. That's how Bertha Dirtha's... That is officially Bertha Dirtha's theme song.
I feel my skin, my scrotum skin. Really big dick and don't get rising. Rising up, that's what it was.
Big old dick and rising up. Do you believe in life after love?
Okay. Okay, that's enough. Welcome back.
My skin, my scrotum skin. Okay.
This is Bertha Dirtha's official
theme song, yes.
Theme song. Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking die. The whole time we were...
I was just laughing my ass off to myself.
For like 5 minutes, I was sitting there eating a slice of pizza, and Victor just
in absolute silence.
In silence, and then just laughing like a madman at his own thoughts about how he was gonna sing that during the intro. Fucking idiot.
I love myself.
Oh, would you look at me? Tell me, what do you see? Yeah, it's around that time. We're on probably the last video of this play session. Not even tired. My eyes just hurt a lot.
I'm still good to go. I'm good.
If you're good to go, we're good to go.
I mean, it's getting hot.
My eyes hurt so much that they're screaming for me to stop looking at this screen.
Oh shit! There's another dude. I'm just
Maybe I'll just
whacking
go
some little
find
dudes.
those eyedroppers, or just not look at them. I'll just fucking look in the other. Well, then the mic won't be able to pick me up, will it?
No!
Ah!
He hurt me!
Is there something you were gonna talk about?
What?
In between episodes, you brought
Shit.
up?
Oh, I was gonna talk about how I'm gonna try to make a conscious effort to stop saying like so much.
Really?
Because I get real pissed off at myself when I watch these back, and I just say like constantly, and it bothers me. It's always, and then like, you know, and there's that pause, and that just it started driving me insane.
I don't know. I say a lot, and I sound really stupid when I say but like I've gotten used to it, and I just did but like
is fine to me, but it'll happen multiple times in like the same sentence, you know. And I think it's a little bit much.
I think I don't mind like because it's more percussive and like it leaves you on like a cliffhanger where it's like
yeah,
you know, like that was not intentional.
Exactly.
But
it's hard to not say it's like when you talk about using the word like.
But the way I say like I just did is like this. It's very long and drawn out, and like you feel like you already like someone else can start once you do that. You know, if you're having a conversation with someone else and you do that long then it's like you've left the
how am I not pairing
the
right
hole
now?
for someone to jump into or something.
Yeah.
But
I just get bothered by my own saying like, because like I'll do it and then I won't even continue the thought because I'm filling in the story just by saying like, and it just drives me insane sometimes. It's just a weird vocal tick, you know?
This is what happens when people listen to themselves. Like, if you record enough of yourself, you are going to gradually grow to hate everything you say. Every
you'll become ultra, like, observant and critical of your own speech pattern.
Unless you're Maddox and you
love
just
yourself
love
that much.
Everything that you do, and the fact that it's you makes it better.
Oh, shit, dude, I fucking shot him. This is bullshit! No! This is bullshit! Fuck! God damn it!
Straight up choked you there.
The fuck? Why am I obsessed with pair? God, fuck! Only 9 bullets. I gotta fucking grind more. Fuck! Damn it! Shit! I'll give it a try with this.
You don't have to do this boss right now. You can come back.
Dude, no, you gotta. This is the right time to do this boss.
You could just stop.
Anything else to do is more difficult than this boss.
Really?
Yes.
This boss is optional.
Well, it's not.
This boss is totally optional.
Fuck off! I want to do the boss.
I'm just saying,
I could go down a different path, try to level up some more, but then like I would rather just do it now because this is when I do the boss, man.
Well, there's gonna be grinding then.
No, I'm just gonna fucking beat it.
Well,
okay?
how come you have 20 already? Did you buy
because
them?
I stocked up while I was grinding. It's really the bullets that I'm afraid of, but I'll just be more fucking cautious and not try to parry constantly. I just wanted to get through it easily, but it's not gonna happen. I'm gonna have to really concentrate. Fuck this boss up. I have no more fucking fire papers. We'll be fine. We'll be okay.
Man, because you were singing the song "I" by Kendrick Lamar, like I came really close to thinking about saying something about Kendrick Lamar, but then I remembered that me and Trevor just said
everything there is to say about Kendrick Lamar.
Well, here's the thing: we just recorded yesterday a video that was 2.5 hours of us talking about our favorite albums of 2015, which will be up by now, but it took me fucking all night to render correctly, and we both knew that To Pimp a Butterfly was in our top 10. Like, it's not my number one, but it was his number one, and I was like, we might as well save it for last because we're gonna have the most to say about it because we both liked it, you know. We ended up talking about that album alone for 25 minutes.
Yeah, you told me.
I was just like, Jesus Christ, like
wasting fucking bullets.
In comparison, we had, you know, like an hour of honorable mentions, 35 minutes of me going through my top 10 and him going through his top other 3, and then 25 minutes of just To Pimp a Butterfly. So, look forward to that. If you're a fan of that album, we fucking went on and on and on about it. You know, getting into all kinds of shit. So, I mean, I'm sure people have already heard it now, if they give a fuck. But if they haven't, I've been thinking about, I'm glad I just reminded myself of this because I'd forgotten, but I was considering making a video called, like, Stuff I Did in 2015 That You Might Have Missed. Because I do so much stuff on, like, other channels that people don't often find that I just want to, like, consolidate it all into one place and, like, you know, be like, hey, here's and some stuff that's even on my main channel that people just didn't pay that much attention to. Like, I think... And it's possible that this has been viewed more than I realize because it's on Google Docs. And, like, when I make videos that are like, here's, like a redirect video and, like, there's a link in the description to the real one, then, oftentimes the one that's linked will be the one that gets the views. And people don't even click on the redirect video, they just click on the link. But,
shit, dude.
My Spirited Away analysis, which was like 30 minutes and one of the best things I've written. Yeah. And it was on Google Docs, and like I can't tell if it has a lot more views on G-Docs than it does on the redirect video, but it didn't get that many comments. So I feel like people just really missed out on my Spirited Away analysis.
Which is really good. Yeah,
one of the best things I wrote all year. And I keep forgetting about it because of that, because it didn't really have like a huge discussion around it. We're like, it's kind of funny which videos of mine everyone knows me for and which ones I know myself for. Yeah. Where, like, for me, by far the biggest thing that I wrote in 2015 before Asterisk War was the Psychopaths videos. Where, like, you know, I spent a long time writing them. They were by far my favorite thing I've ever written up until Asterisk War.
Fuck.
And, like, they're really great, but, you know, because not that many people necessarily care about Psychopaths versus Psychopaths 2, they didn't get like nearly the kind of views that something like the Asterisk War Sucks does, where, you know, it's people want to hear me rag on something, you know. And it's really hilarious because there's so many comments on the Asterisk War videos talking about how, like, oh, why don't you talk about something you actually like? Why do you keep ragging on? And I'm like, I've made 2 videos about stuff I don't like. It's Sword Art Online and the Asterisk War.
It's just those are the only ones you watch.
Like, 95% of my videos are about my favorite shows. You know? Like, you could argue that the Psychopaths versus Psychopaths 2 videos are largely me dissing Psychopaths 2, but it's also me talking about what's so good about the first show, you know? I've got a huge Ava analysis series I did this year, which actually did get a lot of attention. I had a fucking 30-minute video about Spirited Away that no one ever brings up. No one seems to remember or care about. I've got, like, you know, my most popular videos of this year was the Hunter x Hunter one. The video about why Hunter x Hunter kicks ass was my biggest video of 2015. And, like, you know, it's a show I gave a 10 out of 10 to. I put out, you know, K-On! A Loving Thesis at the end of last year. Like, I've
plenty of shit that you love.
I've mostly covered shows I like. It's so rare for me to cover shows I don't like. that's why I had to go in so deep on the Asterisk War,
Yeah,
you know.
because it covers all the shows you don't like
yeah.
at the same time.
And man, I'm working on part 12 right now, and it's gonna be fucking epic. Part 12 might end up being like an hour long.
Fuck!
Like, because I don't want to split it into multiple episodes, but part 12 might in fact be an hour long.
Jesus Christ.
Because the entire video is me comparing it to the other nearly identical show that does everything better. And like, it's unbelievable how many scenes are exactly the same in both shows, except better in this one. You know, like, it's wild to think about. And so I think it makes for the perfect climax. And I couldn't have planned it because like I hadn't watched that show yet. Like it wasn't until like I was working on like part 5 or so of Asterisk War that I had the idea to compare them at the end. And then it was only after watching it that I was like, "Oh my god, it's the same show, but it doesn't suck." You know? Yeah. So it's gonna make for a perfect ending, but it might be extremely long. Like, unbelievably, stupidly fucking long.
I lost. I don't have any more poison in my
Nah,
eyes.
dude, you got this, dog. You got this, dog. Just get in there. Go fuck him up, man.
Wait, hold on.
Fuck his ass up.
I can't. If I do that, I'll die. Hold on.
Fuck your ass up. I'll fuck your ass up. Fuck him up.
No, 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 no. Oh, shit, he followed me back here. Fuck. There's a... Right there is antidotes.
Let's see. You can get him, man. You can get back there.
I just need one more parry.
Get it. Yeah, suck a dick. Ah, suck a dick.
Yes!
Ah, suck a dick.
Oh my god.
Praise slaughter,
I love this game so much. If you guys could feel my heart rate right now, I want to put my heart on the mic, and you could feel how much my heart is racing from fucking doing that fight. I haven't had fun with that fight like that in a while, too. So, that was great. I don't know what made it so much harder this time than last time.
Antidotes, man. Did you come twice?
Yes. There's just fucking... I'm gonna have to change my pants because there's jizz all up in it. Hope that was fun to watch.
If you've never heard
I had one bullet too. That was my last bullet that I used on that parry, and I didn't even realize. Holy shit! For 7,000 fucking souls. Fuck you, Bloodborne. Jesus Christ.
Fucking Jesse Wood moment right there.
I did all this shit. I worked so fucking hard.
Yo,
level ups.
You just made that thing go into a level of red I didn't know it could go into.
Good
with the
lord.
loudness there.
That was real projection.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. What the fuck was I thinking about? Shit. Oh. No. Yeah. Well. No. You win some, you lose some.
Okay.
I'm certain oh yeah, I was just gonna mention because I said the phrase "Did you come twice?" If you've never heard that phrase before, please look up Aya Hirano. Did you come twice?
Oh god.
It's a T-shirt. Aya Hirano is the voice actress who played Haruhi and Konata from Lucky Star, and like she did like a live show where she was wearing a T-shirt that had like a picture of like a stripper on it, and it says "Did you come twice too?" on it. And it is the weirdest
clean
shirt, and I want it. I've always wanted it. I'm pretty sure you can find it too, but like I don't know where I'd be willing to wear that shirt.
Dress up like Father Gascoigne.
But it is awesome.
Should I become the father?
Yes.
All right. We beat that boss. How close are we to the end of this episode?
We can go a couple more minutes if you wanted to grind or some shit.
Oh, I guess I can grind. We're gonna... Well, I mean, we can just keep going, you know?
Fuck it, let's just go to the next place. Go fucking...
Hey,
fuck the
let's go to the Cathedral
fuck.
Lord.
Fuck.
So we went down, and
from the
just like in Dark Souls, we're gonna go down, and then we're gonna go up.
Fuck movers.
Now we're gonna go up.
It's not exactly a huge distance down that you had.
Yeah. It's cool distance down. We beat the Blood Stark.
Yes. Pretty hard boss. It took you 3 tries?
Is that 3? Yeah.
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 It's not too bad.
Took a lot more tries the first time I played.
Yeah. Father Gascoigne and Bloodstarved Beast are 2 of the harder bosses in this game.
Yeah.
Particularly because you're low leveled when you fight them.
Yeah.
Well, okay, the DLC bosses are the hardest bosses, but like,
Yeah.
that's like a different level.
Even though my second time through, I fucking like trashed him.
Trashing Maria like that was unbelievable.
I can't wait to do that again because I also did it for Donsod on his like. He was doing a build where he's using like the fucking lamest weapons, and then he was fighting it naked, and he couldn't beat it. And then I just like went in and I parried the fuck out of her and just wrecked it, and it felt so good.
Damn, dude, showing up the D.
No, like this is my fucking this is my boss now. Well, he was also trying not to parry, and I did the parries.
Right. Yeah.
And then I beat the final boss and redeemed myself from where I had summoned people before. So can't wait to get to those again and show those bosses off because I love them. Oh man, it's gonna be good.
I think like
it's a good fight.
I don't know what it is about this game. Like I love,
oh, shit.
I love all the enemy designs, and I think they're super cool, and I love the Gothic architecture. But I always feel like everything is just laid out like so randomly. Like where the hell are you? You know?
Well, it's because you know the city is kind of meant to be like a labyrinth, but it was like if you stand on the bridge where you fight the first boss, you can see like these towers, like that tower and that tower, like you can see the whole game from wherever you are. It's just harder to make out what they kind of are,
because they're all just like Gothic castles and architecture. Like it's whereas in Dark
like
Souls,
this central tower right here, you can pretty much see that from almost anywhere, and like that is the main tower.
I had like a real sense of where I was at all times in Dark Souls, you know, like where everything is relative to each other. And
you also haven't played this one as much,
right?
Like this is definitely an area you always come back to.
Dark Souls is not very labyrinthine. It's more of a big circle. You know, like you just kind of go in one direction until you hit the end, and then you circle back around. You know, whereas this game is just like chaos, you know, like everywhere there's a new thing taking you in a different direction, and you're just kind of like, where the hell am I?
I don't really feel that way because I know the game really well, so
it could be the case. I mean, that's why I keep saying that, like,
because everything leads. You always find a way back, you know. Everywhere you go, you find a way back to the other place, and it's very, very well constructed in that way.
Yeah. It's odd though, because you would think that I would like that even more, that it's so sprawling, because I like the idea of sprawling cities in games. Like I like to feel like the city is much larger than the amount of it that I explore. Yeah. And you know, we talked about that a lot in Dark Souls, how like what was cool about it was that it felt like it was the size of a castle. And this place definitely looks like a huge fucking city that you're in. And I like that element of it. It's just a matter of not really knowing where I am in that city, or like what the purpose of the locations is. Like what is this place? What is this? It's just a whole, like.
Well, if I go all the way down here and then I go through some other tunnels and I take a ladder up, I end up on the other side of a gate that was to the left of the cathedral ward. Like it's
like what is
it all ropes around.
Like okay, game logic, like world logic, world building. What the hell is this?
There is lore that I, you know, am not versed in that explains what this shit is.
Like this room in particular. Like there's a.
I mean, we're in
just bottomless.
Well, this is part of the bottomless? This is part of like the grand.
Oh, okay, there is a bottom. Like, holy shit!
Yeah, it's not bottomless. I'm going to the bottom.
I just thought
it's fucking cool because it's you see this bottomless thing. It's like a better version of the fucking the well in Dark Souls 2, which was lame
and also sucks. Dark Souls 2 is a piece of shit.
And then you go down here and you find this freaky fucking monster guarding this door.
I guess
he fucking shoots fire out of his hands. It's fucking rad.
I will say
it's cool.
I definitely
you found him in the base of a tower. What the fuck?
Because you were describing this game as being very vertical before.
Yeah.
And I think that it's cool, like, to design a vertical game using Gothic architecture because that's what Gothic architecture is vertical. And like the design of this room, like it's this ridiculously huge room, and I feel like all those walkways probably weren't there originally. Like, they were not part of the purpose of the building. The purpose of it was to be stupidly big. Because, like, the idea behind, like, Gothic cathedrals was that they built them super high up to have, like, these really big ceilings. And they had giant windows, like, stained glass windows. And when the sunlight came in through those windows, you couldn't see the roof. You just saw light. like you would look up and all you would see is light flooding the room from these giant windows, and it was supposed to look like the light of God. Like that's why they built them that way, was to make it feel like a holy place and have this like transcendental quality where you know, you felt like God was watching over you. And so they that's why those cathedrals are super fucking tall. They're not multi-story buildings. They're just huge one-story buildings, you know. They have just really high ceilings. So to then go through and build levels that like kind of, you know, go through those
everything
places.
is always like, look, you look up and it's tall things.
Right.
Narrow, tall and narrow is like the general theme.
It is a labyrinth. A labyrinth of tall, narrow, sprawling buildings, you know. I think I would love it if this game had a map, you know.
Yeah, I think there is a map you can look at somewhere, because Shade and Donson were talking about it, about how it's like the actual map is kind of smaller than Dark Souls, but it's like, yeah, because it's all really condensed in this game.
Yeah.
Like Dark Souls was much more spread out.
Yeah. It had a lot more just like walking.
And generally the walking speed and the running speed is slower than in Dark Souls, you know?
Yeah.
Like when I went back and played Dark Souls, I was like, dude, I'm hauling ass. Holy shit.
Yeah.
The transition back is very difficult from this game back to Dark Souls.
Right, because you get used to the twitchy gameplay.
You get used to the speed. That's just so fucking rad. But yeah, see, now I'm opening this gate, and if I go down there, I'm back to the Cathedral Ward.
I know this place.
So you went all the way down that tower, and then back up and around.
Yeah. I guess if
and then we're about to walk our way up to that big church there.
Yeah, I guess if I really played through this a couple times, I would get a sense of where everything
like now, you know, after playing through it one time, I've memorized the whole layout, you know? And then now that I've played it 4 times, it's like, it's my home, like Dark Souls.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I just have to watch more of, like, because I've watched so many playthroughs of Dark Souls that it's hard for me to, like, remember the mindset of not having watched it. You know, like, it's hard for me
Which is why it's so important the first time you play a game like Dark Souls, when it's new and mysterious and, like, you don't know where that is over there, you know?
Right. Well, I don't know, because I find that less, I don't like that playthrough as much. I like the one where I know where everything is, and it's very,
I like to have both, man. You know? Both.
That's the argument that everyone raises about why spoilers should be avoided, is I like that you'd rather have both experiences than just the one. I just don't really value the first one that much, you know, like, I mean, I will say, I understand the idea of, like, something still feeling fresh and new. For me, I mostly get that with music, where when I get into a new album and I don't really know any of the songs, then the first few times I listen to it and I'm like still discovering how cool the songs are, that period in me listening to a new album is like mystifying, you know, like when I first got into Rat King and I was just playing it on repeat while we were playing Phantasy Star Online 2, and like I didn't know where one song ended and the next began or anything, and I didn't really, like, know what I was listening to, and I just hear these sections, like when Protein would come on, and it would be like, what is happening? Like, I'd hear these weird noises and these strange lines, and I'd be like, this is so fucking cool, you know? And then once I knew all the songs, then that's when a sort of division happens for me. When an album is mysterious and I don't know anything that's going on, then all of it's interesting. Like the whole...
Gonna die.
You kind of.
Dude, I'm getting shot.
Like the whole thing is interesting because all you hear is like these little peaks of brilliance among this like stuff you don't understand. Once you know all the songs, you know which ones aren't as good. You know, and you just kind of skip them and you kind of like bring like with Rat King once again. Like once I knew the album back and forth, and it's like, I might skip over Take, or, you know, I know how long the intro of Puerto Rican Judo is, so I know that, you know, like, what's going on there and stuff, like, it's not the same level of, like, mystical intrigue, or with I Love You, Honey Bear by Father John Misty, where, like, the first few times I listened to it, it was just this maelstrom of depression, and it was, like, super depressing and sad and just, like, hard to listen to, and then, like, once I'd heard it a few times, I realized, I don't really like the ballads that much. I can just kind of skip those. I can, like, rearrange, you know, like, oh, well, this song's actually not that depressed. And then, like, all of that emotion I felt was kind of diminished afterwards, where, like, I understood what I was listening to, and it was less scary and sad, you know. Third Side of Tape by Lil Ugly Mane, part of what I love about it is that it's so long and so much shit goes on that I sometimes, even now, even though I've listened to it like 30 times probably, there's still moments that I completely forget are in there. And I'll just be like, what the fuck am I hearing? But it's funny because my least favorite part of it is the first 20-minute track, because that's the one I know the best because it's at the beginning, and so I know exactly when each song starts, and I'll usually...
That's why I always, like, skip the first song on, like, Anamanaguchi and shit.
Yeah. I almost never listen to the opening track.
Least favorite song on the album, just because it's first.
Fantasy, yeah. Well, because it's...
And it starts off slower.
Completely different for the rest of the album.
Kind of.
Because, like, when I go into Anamanaguchi, I'm ready for, like... that heavy, fast metal sound, and like the first song's more of a dance track, like a it's like more of a like club song almost, like a to me it always reminds me of something like a
it's a very intro to Anamanaguchi song to me. There's like if you wanted to introduce them to someone who knew nothing about that sound, like I would play them that track.
The sound of that song reminds me of something like "We gon' light it up like it's dynamite," which actually there's what I believe to be a reference to that song in Prom Night when he goes. I
don't think so. I don't think that's a reference.
It's the same exact notes as "We gon' light it up like it da da da."
I don't know. I watched an extended interview on Prom Night and he did not mention that.
Oh well,
so I feel like he would have.
It's a very similar note, but like that. The opening track reminds me of that brand of like club music, of like that feel good, like electronic, like upbeat club music. I mean, it's better than most songs that are like that, but like it's a very different vibe from when you start off with Japan Air, and it's just like I'm driving fast.
Shoot right into it.
We don't
I think of it as a
keep up while we fuck this shit up.
I think of it as an intro song.
Yeah, and the fact that it's 6 minutes long does not help its case.
Long.
It is too long for the intro to that album. I want things to start off snappy, quick, and Japan Air and Ekobo are my two favorite songs, which are tracks 2 and 3.
You might as well skip the first song.
Get right into it.
Or I always put it on shuffle because I've heard it so many times. I want to feel surprised.
Right. That was part of what I was saying about what made the Clarence Clarity album special, is that because the last song loops into the first one, I could start from Those Who Can't Cheat, which is the most hype song and the one you want to hear first, and then have it loop back through and I'd hear the rest, so like instead of skipping 7 tracks in, I'm really just making it so the album starts from the middle, and it makes perfect sense because it loops in on itself, and it's not a problem. So yeah, music, cool shit. We got on this subject by way of talking about how mysterious stuff is when you first
mysterious
intake it.
Yes.
But yeah, Anamanaguchi was mysterious for a long time because the album's so fucking long, and there's no real lyrics for most of the songs. So like, and they all kind of sound similar. So like, but that's one where I liked it more once I knew each song, because like it used to just sound like a fucking wall of chiptune noise that I couldn't really parse. I couldn't really tell songs apart from each other, and it's just like it just sounded like all one thing. And then once I knew all the melodies, that's when I got into it. When like each song has like that catchy refrain, and I can.
This is one of the weirdest spots in this game because like you get this very minor bullshit thing from this treasure chest, and it's very clear that behind this door is the bridge where you fight the first boss. But you can't open it. There's no way to unlock it. And you see on the other side that it's kind of like something's like kind of collapsed in front of it, and it's kind of like, why didn't they add that shortcut when it's very clearly like it leads into the city, and it would have been cool to find that,
Maybe they just changed their mind about it at some stage in development. Realized,
or maybe it caused a problem. It caused some kind of glitch.
Broke a balance or something. I don't know. It's weird.
God, this place is so fucking cool.
Wait! Stop! Go back. Go to the bench. Go bench. Behind you. Bench.
That's a nice bench.
Face outwards.
That's a pretty nice bench.
Bench.
Hold on.
Bench.
No.
Bench.
Let's see.
Bench.
There we go.
Yeah.
Sit in front of the bench at least.
Yeah.
The way you do gestures in this game is you hold X and you fling the controller in a different direction, and it's very confusing.
That was a good bench.
Conrad became very enamored with this bench.
That bench is my favorite part of the game so far.
All these cool statues, man. like people in cloaks looking miserable.
Here's something I absolutely love in games.
Uh-huh.
When they give you somewhere to sit.
Uh-huh.
In a place where it makes sense. In a place where it's
beautiful.
To sit. Yeah, like, well, just you're walking through a game and suddenly you notice there's a park bench in a park, and then you sit on the bench and you just sit in the park, and you're like,
yes,
I am now immersed fully in this world. You know.
Certainly.
I think. Oh god, I think we might have gone overtime or something.
Yeah, probably. You said like we'd end the episode in a minute, and then you went on for like 10 more minutes. Yes.
Oh, did I do that?
Yes, you did. And I kind of became curious.
I thought maybe we had.
We beat the Bloodstar Beast. We didn't start a new episode.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Next time on Digi Bros, we probably just made that 2 episodes because I'm pretty sure that was an entire 2 episodes.
Perhaps.
So I probably split it somewhere. But now we're ending this one as well.
Hey.